Breaking free from protective mechanisms. Xiefeng. December 12, 2024. If a worm transforms into a butterfly but does not emerge from its protective cocoon, it will inevitably suffocate and die inside. Similarly, if a chick hatches inside an egg but does not break through the eggshell, it will perish within that protective shell. All protective mechanisms are necessary measures for the transformation and sublimation of life. However, once life completes its transformation and sublimation, it must break free from the mechanisms that once protected it, otherwise, being trapped and dying within those protective mechanisms becomes an unavoidable fate. Structures such as families, clans, religions, and nations are all forms of protective mechanisms. If humanity does not break free from these protective mechanisms, its destiny will inevitably be decline and downfall. For individuals, parents serve as a protective mechanism from birth until adulthood. But once a person matures, say, by the age of 18, they must break free from parental protection. Otherwise, they risk becoming perpetual, giant babies who never truly grow up or mature. If someone remains within a protective mechanism for their entire life, it proves that they have made no progress or ascension. Breaking free from protective mechanisms undoubtedly carries risks. However, failing to break free is equivalent to declaring oneself dead in this lifetime. In this sense, anyone still trapped within a protective mechanism is either an immature child or a living corpse, someone who, despite still breathing and moving, is essentially dead. By this logic, long-married couples are nothing more than two living corpses, patriotic individuals are dead, and devotees who spend their entire lives immersed in a particular religion are dead. In truth, once you break free from a protective mechanism, you will discover that the world beyond is far larger and more fascinating, and your range of activity will be broader and more expansive. Once humanity escapes the protective mechanism of Earth, we will find that the entire universe is our home and playground. It is like a woman who has not entered marriage and family. Every man in the world is her potential husband. Likewise, for a man who has not entered marriage and family, every woman in the world is his potential wife. Breaking free from protective mechanisms must be a self-initiated process. You must not let external forces shatter those mechanisms for you. Like butterflies and chicks, the breakthrough must come from one's own efforts. If external forces break the cocoon or eggshell, it is highly likely to result in stillbirth. Therefore, protective mechanisms are essential, but once maturity is reached, breaking free is the only way to reveal the innate splendor of life. If someone ascends from being human to becoming a celestial being or a Buddha, they must break free from all of life's protective mechanisms, especially those constructed by humanity, including legal and moral systems and all operational programs of human society. The current state of humanity is such that 99% of people, to some extent, remain trapped within protective mechanisms, existing in a state of semi-life and semi-death. If a large number of awakened individuals do not emerge to courageously lead humanity out of these outdated protective mechanisms, the continued survival and reproduction of humankind will face catastrophic consequences.